The time we invite the artists that we wanted to meet up in the studio, meet you up, and let me introduce the guest we have for today, the vocalist of the band Bye Bye Batman / the attractive artist who writes truly incredible songs. Gila is with us tonight. Welcome to the studio! Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, so from what I know, you speak English, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Not just a little bit. Your pronunciation is perfect. So you want to strictly stick to English side only, but do you want to kind of go back and forth while we do the interview? Okay. So anyway, thank you so much for coming out to the show. And before we move on, it is not our first time meeting each other. We've known each other for a pretty long time.
5
we
years
didn't
ago?
really... Yeah, 5 years already.
Actually, we were in the same label, right?
Right, back in the day. And from what I know, you signed off from that label too, right? Are you still there?
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated. Anyway, our common interest lied in somewhat of off-air topic-related stuff. A lot back in the days, we talked about all these inappropriate stuff, like music-related and our life-related stuff. Yeah. So that's how we became close. And he's actually, are we allowed to talk about your family on air?
Not really.
Okay. Anyway, so thank you so much once again, and good to see your face back after all those years. And of course, we have to talk about your name first. So where'd you get that name Gila from?
Well, I got a lot of questions like this, but actually, it has no meaning. Yeah. Yes. So I made the reasons. Like the Gila is from the song that I really like from the American band Beach House.
Okay.
But that was not the first reason. And second reason, maybe my real name is Bongil. Yeah. So I thought that it makes sense. And after a few years, one of a fan who's living in Indonesia sent me a DM
that's what I wanted to say, though, right?
Hey, you know what Gila means? So I was like, no, what is it? So they were talking it means crazy in our language. So I was
I mean, that's such a fun story to be revealed after all those years, because the thing is, we also have our own Gila fam, a loyal Arirang listeners who go by the name of Gila fam. So Mochi Yananana wrote in a message in Korean just to help us understand it a little more clearly. She said, 몇 안 되는 아리랑 청취자들 중에서 우리는 2020년부터 Gila fam이라는 그룹을 만들었어요. 그래서 오늘 Gila님을 보는 것이 진짜 신기해요. So, comprised of a few loyal listeners of Arirang Radio, they decided to form this little fam or an organization called Gila Fam, and it is an absolute honor for them to meet the artists.
So that basically means crazy fam.
Yeah,
right?
Crazy fam.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back in time. The first day you decided to become a musician. When did you first met music? Let's start with that.
Oh, well, I can't say that when I started music. It started when I was 8 years old, I guess. Yeah. It's I never decided to be, I'm gonna be a musician, but I think it started very naturally because I was deeply into, rock music then. Yeah. When I was really young.
True, yeah.
Yeah, so I grabbed the guitar. I started to write a song. So I never treated it as the songwriter is I thought that it's not a proper job for me. I realized that after 20s. So yeah, it's like that.
At such an early age.
Yeah, I know.
So to summarize your story, you started fell for music, or you noticed that you love music at the age of 8.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's not normal for a normal musician.
Yeah. Maybe this. I got heavily influenced by my uncle. Yeah, he really loved rock music, very old rock and roll music. Okay, so I was just I grew up with those kind of music, not just the K-pop music things. Interesting. Because normally a kid who's in his or her 8-year-old period, they would usually dream of them becoming the president of their nation, this country, or could be that I'm going to become a scientist when I grow up, this kind of stuff. But you decided to grab that guitar, started writing song without even you knowing. You just enjoyed it, and you weren't even thinking about going professional with it, right? Yeah. Just doing it as form of a hobby. So
Since you mentioned some rock band you used to listen to a lot, what kind of band did you listen to growing up?
At first, it was a lot of people are thinking that it's from Oasis, but the truth is, it started from Smashing Pumpkins, you know.
No way, for real? You guys got nothing in common though.
No, it's actually I think my music has a lot of things in common.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, could you elaborate a little bit?
So I fully remember the story.
Yeah.
It was a rainy day when I was 9-10 years old.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the bus going to the academy.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah. So I was just like watching TV.
Okay.
And then suddenly MTV, the Smashing Pumpkins were performing there. So I was like so terrifying. It was so terrifying because of their outfits.
Appearance, right?
Yeah. So at first it was very terrifying, but suddenly it changed into something really mysterious feeling.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why is that? Oh, that's cool. So I was really obsessed with the band at the time. So I went to the record shop and asking about the music to the,
At the age of 9.
9 or 10, yeah.
You decided to walk into a record shop, started asking.
There's one other story about this. So usually in Korea we do some 하계회.
Okay.
In elementary
which is
school.
like a talent show in elementary school. Yeah.
So there was a time that I had to introduce my favorite music to my friends.
Okay.
So I introduced some those rock music. So everyone was like.
Did they even understand the music at all?
No, right? Everyone treated me like a weirdo.
Weirdo, right? Yeah. No wonder listening to that kind of band. Well, I think I can relate to it because ever since I was young, I used to listen to a lot of grotesque bands like Slipknot. I don't know if you know there. Yeah, Mudvayne. You familiar with them? No, Deftones.
Yeah,
Marilyn Manson, etc. Or System of a Down. All these bands that not a lot of Korean kids would relate to. We both grew up listening to those kind of music, and it is really good to meet a fellow rock nerd. And so. With all those influence, how would you describe Gila musician-wise?
Well, from the time I started band music, those kind of music influenced to my music. But right now, I don't really think, the music that I really loved when I was a kid does not really influence my music that I make right now.
Okay.
So... It's like what to say? 축적돼가지고요.
Accumulated.
Yeah, right.
So all those influences accumulated to form a totally different form as a musician, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so I can't wait to listen to it. Anyway, so speaking of Gila, we of course have to mention this band, Bye Bye Bad Men, because that band was massive hit back in the day,
really?
Right? Yeah. I mean, everyone who had interested in Korean music scene know about you guys' name. Oh. So, can we talk about it? Or you feel comfortable about it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you were in charge of guitar and the vocal there, right?
Yeah.
So how was the experience like when you were in that band?
So now I realize that though it's already like I started the band more than decades ago, and right now I feel that I was super lucky. Now I realize. So the band started very naturally, like my childhood memory.
Yeah.
So I naturally met my friends in a academy.
Okay.
So it started. We never talked about being a professional band.
So you guys just did it for fun in the first place?
Yeah, just we 그냥 했어.
I mean, this is the typical band's origin story that I'm so used to hearing. Them meeting at the certain places. They were never planning to go pro. They were just doing it for fun. But one day they just blew up like crazy. Everyone was seeking for their shows, etc. And you guys perfectly matched the storyline.
Yeah. So know what? I think Bye Bye Batman has won a lot of competition trophies like 대중음악상.
Yeah.
Hello Rookie.
Not just that, but you guys also performed at various countries too, right?
Yeah, but 그렇게 대단한 건지 나중에 알았죠.
So he later realized it was a pretty huge deal. He didn't really realize it. So, do you kind of regret taking all those privileges for granted back in the days?
not really, because
Yeah.
But what I'm talking right now is the thing that I realize right now.
Yeah.
But back then, I could never realize. Maybe. So yeah.
So over the years, you growing up as somewhat of a better influence as a musician for yourself, I assume. Okay, good for you. So with that band being unannounced hiatus, are you guys ever planning to come back as a complete form of band? Or
I really hope to. Yeah. But you know what? It's not my band. It's our band.
Right.
So we gotta discuss about the reunion. So
love the way
who knows? Yeah. So it's like a who knows. I don't know, and my manager don't know, and no one knows that we are going to reunion in near future or whatever. But I hope to. I personally hope to.
Okay. I mean, hopefully
day,
you guys get back in one again as an event form or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
To come up with new songs, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are still waiting for new songs from that band too. Yeah. Anyway, about you. Back to you now, because you're Gila now, not a member of Bye Bye Band. So Gila.
Yeah.
What's up with your sunglasses?
Sunglasses.
We have to ask you about that as well, because at the beginning of your career, you never took off those glasses for some reason. Why?
It's actually, honestly, it's because of the lack of confidence.
Oh.
Seriously. So I am a kind of very shy guy. I realized that when I was on the stage. So I needed it, to cover my eyes.
No one realized you were a introverted guy. If anyone who's watching this show live saw you performing on stage, you don't look shy at all, bro.
It's almost like a pretending, actually. So
okay. So those sunglasses actually make you more confident, right?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I assume you have a lot of different sunglasses lying around in your house then.
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite color? Lens-wise, yeah.
It's actually like there's a thing that I prefer. Can I mention the brand here?
I don't think you should, but
RB brand, you know what? The most famous.
The one you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
So this one's your favorite of all time.
Yeah, these days. Yeah.
Okay. But the thing about that specific brand is, though, don't they usually have their name written on the glass itself?
Yeah.
But why did you get
it's a vintage thing, I think? Yeah, vintage model, yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. But the thing is, you look good with those, so...
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, keep wearing those.
But right now, I can, sing without the sunglasses right now.
Really?
Yeah. I can take it off right now.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be throwing your live show any minute, so could you get your sunglasses off then? When we do the live
I don't really care
performance?
about right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, you look so good in both ways. So, since we briefly talked about his past and present, now we're going to move on to speak about his actual music this time. So, we're going to talk about his new song, Headache. So, it's been released, so let's talk about it this time.
Yeah.
So, how did you come up with it?
Well, Headache is just a song from my demos, a bunch of demos, but I remember the one story about this song that the most of my friends, they are talking to me like, hey, I think you are such a great musician, but I don't think where is the chorus part, so your song has to be more catchy, blah blah blah. So I was thinking like, oh hey, okay, I'm going to make a very catchy song then, so this is the song that I try to make catchy.
Okay, interesting. Well, you know what? There's this certain law that we kind of unconsciously obey inside music industry, which is a song has to be set form-wise. There has to be an intro part, there has to be a verse part, and then the chorus part has to kick in, etc. But the thing is, at first you kind of denied to follow that form, right?
Yeah.
But eventually you decided to come back. So the question is, are you satisfied with the work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the new way that I never tried. So I never think about the song forms or the atmospheres, whatever. I just do it. But for this song, I before the the work, I considered about the I gotta make the chorus part very catchy.
Okay.
As much as I can.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, since you said you enjoyed it and you love the work, that's all that matters. Because if a musician doesn't love his work, who's going to love it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, form and technical side wise, yes, we understood. But what about the story wise? What kind of story did you want to share with all the listeners around the world?
So I just want my listeners to feel like, when they listen to my music, I want them feel just like, reading someone's old diary. Because basically the most of songs are my stories.
Okay.
I think it can be, it is obviously it's mine, but it can be other people's too. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. So let's go through the songs real quick. So among the songs you released so far, a lot of people thought that most of the songs, like you mentioned, it's like looking at your kind of taking a sneak peek of your previous diaries from the past, and people found it very relatable in their own ways. But among them, what is your favorite release of all time?
Favorite release?
As Gila.
I would say my first album. Because of the album covers and my logo. Okay. So yeah. I sent an email to an American artist called Tim Lahan. Yeah. Just because I was a very very big fan of his art, so I just sent an email but at the time I never thought that I would make it.
He would reply back, right?
Yeah. But he replied right away. So I was like, oh, you get an
Wait, did he reply back with a quote or?
No, not really. So I was
really?
So I thought that let's just send email because it's free to send an email.
Oh yeah.
So let's just do it, no matter whatever happens. So I never expected, but he replied right away and saying, "Oh, I really like your music. Let's do it." So I was like, wow,
sick! I love the story.
And you know what? He's such a big artist in San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah. So I was so surprised that it happens. So that's probably the reason why I really like that.
You know, back in the days, there was this quote that was trending, which was "real, recognize real." So I guess that person just recognized the real artist himself. And since I mentioned you being like a real artist of artists, you expressed composition this way. Composing a song is like fishing.
Yeah, it's just like
what
fishing.
Does this mean?
Yes, this is the thing that I mentioned in the interview last month. I got a question like, make a, comparison on the songwriting. So I thought like, it's just like a fishing because, when I wake up in the morning or in the afternoon, whatever, I go to my computers and I grab my guitars and just
lay
like
this, chill and
just waiting something to happen.
Okay, that's why you referred to it as a fishing. Okay.
So I write it's like but it's not like a writing, just sitting with the guitars. Sometimes I do nothing, obviously, but
while holding the guitar.
Yeah, kind of.
Interesting. Okay.
So, yeah, it happens all the time to me. So it's one of my, habits. I don't think it's good or not, but
I wish I had a CCTV or security camera installed in your place. I really want to watch it. It's gonna be like watching Truman Show.
No, you don't really have to because I'm naked.
Naked. Anyway, since time passed so fast, we have to listen to one of your lives real quick. And this time you're gonna sing this song called "Greater," right?
Yeah, Greater. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to ask you to prepare for that live session real quick. Because today he brought his entire set of gear for our listeners. So prepare for
people
live,
can
please.
see that, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean the gears.
No. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, he's gonna prepare his live session real quick. And the unusual thing about this person, Gila, is that he carries around every gears that he uses on a daily basis. He even brought his audio interface, laptop, and his whole set of pedal boards. And I wonder how many pedals he's going to be using for tonight's performance. But I think it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to hear it. Since I got so many questions about his vocal chain, to be honest. Because the way his vocal sounds recording-wise is so I don't know, so spiritual in some way. And I really want to know about it, but perhaps it's his own secret recipe, so it might not be a polite idea if I ask him directly. But ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Okay. So Gila is going to perform his live performance right away. This is Greater by Gila, live in the studio. Enjoy, guys.
Stay calm, surely you will get me wrong if I was there. Take time, I wouldn't forget that I owe if you were there. I was too scared to raise my head. That time collapsed, I feel like I'm a stranger here. Is it really worth to ask yourself how big is my love? Make I want it to be greater than yours. Stay calm, sure you will get me if I was there. Take time, I wouldn't forget that I owe if you were there. I was too scared to raise my head. That time collapsed, I feel like I'm a stranger here. Is it really worth to ask myself how big is my love? I want it to be greater than yours. Than yours. I was too scared to raise my head. That time I collapsed, I feel like I'm a stranger here. Is it really worth to ask yourself how big is my love? Maybe I'm wrong, need to be greater than yours. I've got strange things in my mind. We'll stay here now and forever. I've got strange things in my mind. We'll be there now and forever. I've got strange things in my mind. I was too Just be greater than yours.
Yay! That was Gila live in the studio with one of his tracks called Greater. And you know what I love about your vocal the most is you kind of sound like Chino from Deftones, and the way you add effect to your vocal, it sounds kind of similar too. But the thing is, you two are totally different apart from each other. Yours is way more softer, a lot more solid and comfortable to listen to. And yours sounds a lot more effortless, which naturally drags people's attention to make you listen more of your stuff. So a lot of people loved your performance. Mochi Ananana says, how is that? In the opening, he said he's not fluent in English. This song is in English and it kills. And K.S.T says, wow, it sounds beautiful. Wendy says, 90s movies vibes. It feels chill, good to listen to in summer. Unita S says, Gila, it's Gila. Loving your live performance. And a lot of others going crazy. But you want to read any comments from YouTube?
Oh, yeah, I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for, compliments.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Thank you.
So he literally read it. Anyway, well, before we move on, I kind of curious. What's your MBTI?
My MBTI?
Yeah.
It's INFJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
How could you be INF? I thought you were more of a T kind of person.
Really?
You're emotional?
I'm the most F guy,
Okay, so we asked the same question to the guests yesterday too.
Yeah.
So since we are in the middle of our monsoon period, are you a huge fan of rain?
Rain?
Yeah, rainy days.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of him?
Not really.
What
Sometimes.
What kind of emotion you feel on a rainy day?
These days, nothing actually.
Nothing?
Yeah. Because I don't. It's an MBTI question thing.
Yeah, kind of something like that. But as an emotional person, I was always curious about what kind of thing they would think as an emotional one. Since I'm a T person.
But for the rainy days, I really like the sound of raining. Of raining. Especially when it heavy rains.
No wonder you're considered to be like one of the most well-known professional musicians in the industry. So even during the rainy days, all you care about is the sound of the rain it makes. How to utilize it for
I don't really care about the weather these days.
Okay. I mean, that's good. So amazing to find out more about it. Thank you so much. And with that, since we talked about his music, we're going to move on to word card interview to get to know his personal side a lot more. So throughout this segment, all you got to do is just fill in the blanks from the sentence that I'm going to be reading to you.
Okay.
So this first one, something or someone that gives me musical inspiration is blah, blah.
Relationship.
Okay, we're going to get back with you real soon. And the person I talk on the phone the most these days is?
Mom. I guess.
That's so cute. All right, number 3. The biggest charm of my music is blah, blah.
I also want to know.
Guys, he's seeking for his music's charm, so let us know while I cover every single sentence today. And a compliment that I want to receive the most is blah, blah.
Good person. Nice person.
Okay. And the song that I listen to the most these days is?
My demos.
Your demos. Obviously, as a musician, that's what we listen to the most time. And I heard that you love Oasis and that you have all their albums. If you get a chance to talk to Oasis, you would like to say?
Probably nothing because blackout. I'm a huge fan,
Dude, no wonder you're an introvert.
I had a chance to talk to Noah Gallagher because I had an opening acts for them. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I really wanted to say about this. So I was really, really, nervous. I was preparing the, pens and papers, whatever, and even uniforms to get their autograph. So, but they got a bad flu at the time, the whole team. Okay. So I never talked to them.
So it wasn't just because you being introvert, you were kind of too shy to talk to them. It was more because of the situation that kind of got in your way with that person's. Okay. Anyway, that's a fun story. Yeah. If I could be born in another country again, I would want to be born from...
Yeah, just same. Korea.
Okay. Next one. If I could ask for one wish to Genie, I would like to ask for blah, blah.
Just, It's not so many, right? It's fair, right?
Not that many, I guess. So it's equivalent to about the amount of $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next one, the most exciting thing that happened to me when I went on a trip is blah, blah.
Everything.
Wow. Okay, you are an emotional person. So we're going to go through every single one of the sentences from now on.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, microphone and headphone. And okay, you go take care of the microphone real quick, and I'm gonna take some time with the listener. Anyway, while we covered sentences, we are joined by new listener Sando Tomi님. Welcome to the show. But here's the thing: we are not accepting song requests at this moment. We receive song requests during Friday and Saturday and Sunday segments. So come back with your story and song requests for those segments. Anyway. First one, something or someone that gives me musical inspiration is your mom, was it? Relationship, yeah. Okay, what kind of relationship? It could be a love relationship. It could be just friend relationship.
Anything.
Okay.
Anything about relationship is my priority for living life, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So if you were to write about a song about a relationship between you and me,
yeah, it makes sense.
What would it be?
To do like that, we have to spend more time than now.
So, if you were to force to write a song about us right now at this very moment, then the main emotion, I guess, is going to be somewhat of an awkward feeling, I guess. Okay, that could also work out as well as a song to write.
You are such a T guy, I can feel.
Yeah. Anyway, the person I talk to the most on the phone these days is my mom.
And mom, I call my mom every day.
Okay. What, you call her every day?
So cause mostly every day.
What kind of thing you guys talk about?
What are you up to right now? So.
What are you up to right now?
Did you have dinner or whatever?
All those casual stuff you talk with your mom?
Yeah, but it's over in 15 seconds almost.
But still, you're such a 효자. By the way, 효자 in Korean, that means good son or daughter in English, because we seldom talk to our parents on a daily basis, which this person decided to do, to ask casual questions, which matters to parents, Wow, good for you. Anyway, the biggest charm of my music is you don't even know what your charm is. So I'm gonna go through the chat room, see if any of our listener came up with what kind of charm you have, but none of them came back with solid replies, so we're gonna move on to this next one.
Let me know later.
Yeah. All right, let him know through his Instagram. What's your Instagram's handle?
Me?
Yeah, the address of your Instagram account?
Yeah, I
what is it?
Gila.
That's where you want to send him what his charms are about his music. And the songs that I listen to the most these days is your demo. So what kind of songs are you working on these days?
Yeah, actually I'm preparing my next single.
Again, wow, that fast?
Yeah, because I got a bunch of demos in my computer.
Okay.
So all I gotta do is just organizing it. And, yeah.
Could you kind of spill the tea about what the single's gonna be like?
Yeah, it's gonna be like the song, like Headache.
Okay.
So I really focused on being catchy.
Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be the second part of second version of Headache.
Okay, I can't wait to hear it. Okay, so let's move on to this one. If I could ask for one wish to Genie, I would like to ask it for $100,000. Okay, what do you want to do with that amount of money?
Just having a good time with my friends, or traveling, or
That's such a good answer, though, because what I expected was something more realistic, like, I plan to buy this gear for this next single, and I'm gonna get this microphone for this, like this kind of stuff. But you came up with the answer, like, I'm gonna spend good time with my friends. Such a great answer. Thank you so much. That was such a heartwarming answer. And since we ran out of time, we have to ask you to do another live right away.
Oh, yeah, already?
Yeah, so this time you're going to be singing this song called Everybody Hurts, right?
Yeah.
So walk us through briefly about this song. What do you want to highlight about it?
So I think this song is most related with the last question, about the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So it's written in last December, and after the working on demos, I went to Thailand.
Okay.
And before that, Taiwan, all of the Asian countries. So I think I got influenced by having trips.
Interesting.
So you can feel some kind of trip vibes in the songs, I guess.
Okay, let's hear it right away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to be waiting for you to set up your gear. And I forgot to mention this one thing, because usually a musician would never bring his or her own microphone to the studio, since we already have bunch of them lined up in it. But the thing is, he also brought his microphone just to perform for us today. So how interesting it is. So with that, we're going to have a listen to this song as soon as he is ready. And hope you guys enjoy it as well. And don't forget to send in your impressions or opinions about this song as well. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Everybody Hurts by Gila, live in the studio. Enjoy.
I guess it's time, let me know how to break this. Well, I can't get the right to. In the end, everybody hurts. I like to know how we lose momentum. Maybe it's from like a love. In the end, everybody hurts. In the end, everybody hurts. In the end, everybody hurts. Everybody stop taking away my pain, my time, just till I can get through. In the end, everybody hurts. I like to try on for a while. There must be something like I could fall behind though. In the end, everybody loves. In the end, everybody loves. In the end, everybody loves. In the end, everybody hurts. In the end, everybody hurts. In the end, everybody hurts. Thank you.
Yay! That was Gila live in the studio with Everybody Hurts. Hope you don't drop your microphone this time and come back to your seat safely. Anyway, that was an amazing performance and people seem to love it. Sando Tomi says, "우왕! 라이브 음색 대박이시네요. The tone of your voice is amazing. The live was good." And Siska Andriani goes, "Okay, 야나나나나 haha emoji." 야나나나 goes, "You can simply put this song on Arirang's screen at the background." That's what I wanted to say. That's how good this song is. And FanBunny31BAP says, "This song has really good vibe in it." And Adrian, "Wait, I like this one." Claire Hardiker said, "This song has a very nostalgic sound." I know, right? I don't know how you replicate it so well, but I want to point out this one more comment from Unita S, who seldom tune into our show, and this one somehow decided to tune in just because to see you, I guess. And she said, "Wow, I got goosebumps as soon as you started singing." Same thing happened to me too.
Thank you.
So I really want to kind of dissect and kind of divide you into pieces on how you create your music, but the thing is, since it's a K-pop show, we're gonna go a little more easy on you, and from now on, I'm gonna put you in the position where you have to answer questions from our listeners.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna read these messages out loud for you real quick. So this one is from ODCL. Says, "The song goes so well with summer nights. I really want to go to Gila's concert."
Oh.
What do you care most about when you perform?
The most thing I care about is I just focus on, not making any mistakes.
Oh.
Yeah, really.
Okay.
And then after I can, handle that, I can enjoy the show.
Okay.
Eventually, yeah. So,
I mean, you're a true professional. I really love that attitude because that's like the most basic attitude we need as a professional, but seems like most people lacking it. So yeah, good for you having that kind of attitude. Love it. And this next one from Daydream0610 says, "I like Bye Bye Batman's music."
Yeah.
How did the members react to Gila's music? Also, what did Gila think when he heard other members' music?
Yeah, I basically I really like their music. Like they are doing like their solo projects or the band. So I listened to all the music and I really liked it. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna have to ask them like, hey, but it's weird, right? So it's like to my friends, hey, are you listening to my music? Is it good? Is it satisfying? Or
so you never really asked them what they think about your music, right?
No.
Oh, okay. But I'm pretty sure they think your music in a really good way.
Maybe they might like it. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the third one from Dear Mata 13 says, the song is so good. When you make a song, don't you play it to anyone until it's complete? Or do you listen to other people's advice a lot?
A lot. Very
really?
A lot, yeah. So my close friends, they usually talk to me like if when they get in my car, they were like, hey, 설마. It's because I
you play your music all the time?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like how is it? So what do I fix or what? Yeah, something like that.
Interesting. So. I mean, there's actually not a lot of artists who can take other people's opinions without even being offended, right? So what kind of opinions do you take without being hurt?
Just like it's a simple thing like this song is good or not.
Oh, okay.
That's why
kind
I
of
want
a black and white question you usually ask. What if they come up with this bad reactions though? Someone like, nah, this is not really for me. But with like 100 different reasons.
I try to listen to the bad reaction too, but mostly I ignore.
Yeah, but the thing is, you asking for other people's opinion is already wise as a musician because, like I mentioned, not a lot of musicians do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should be more proud of it. And it's actually surprising to meet a musician like this. Anyway, one more from Tasmia Tassin. And I'm telling you, this one has nothing to do with music. What do you usually do during the weekends?
Weekends?
Yeah.
Well, these days I watch. I really like watching sport games like baseball, football, whatever, and I really like playing games too. Yeah. So yeah.
What kind of game you play?
Everything, literally everything. Seriously, yeah.
But I assume mostly
console,
sports related.
Yeah. Not really.
Really?
Everything, yeah. FPS game or something like that. Or
interesting.
Yeah. You ever heard about the game Tekken?
No way.
Arcade game, yeah.
That game's been out ever since we were like 7 or 8. Though you still play that, oldie? I mean, it's not for me to say since I play like 30-year-old game until now. So anyway,
so that's mostly I play games and I watch sports games and I watch YouTube's
You know what's so special about you is that you seem like a guy who really knows how to enjoy every aspect of life because some people actually think doing other things than working to be somewhat of a waste of time in their life.
Oh, yeah.
But you seem to be a type of guy who really knows how to balance things out.
Well, that's the most important thing, these days for me.
Okay.
So that's the thing called, these days,
work-life balance, yeah.
But as you know, we are not, we are just a freelancer, right?
Right.
So it's really hard to, make a, good balances between, our job. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's really, important. So I feel, But what I'm talking about is sometimes I feel really ashamed that I'm a professional musician. It's really hard to introduce myself as a professional musician.
You don't have to introduce yourself as a professional
for example,
because we all see you as professional. I mean, your level of making music is on another level and people all felt it that way. And you know what? Unfortunately, the time ran out. It's beep time and we have to ask you to do the speech already. I really want to continue this conversation. Anyway, how was it like to be on this show?
It was really fun, Yeah? Actually, already?
Yeah, I know, right? So, do you want to come back in the future with future materials?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, don't go to any other shows even though they ask you, because we will hit you back when you release new one, okay? Okay, thank you so much for coming out into the show. And with that, we're gonna play this song, Headache, to wrap up tonight's show and call it a day. This was your DJ Samuel, and person sitting right next to me was Gila. So we're gonna say goodbye all together in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.